There I am. There I am. There's some really weird happened a second ago. I'm just gonna move this around, and it said going live is not available right now for you, Jeff, just for you. So I didn't know it was up, but here I am, and now that I am, like, am I really here? I survived Chicago. I came back, and that's where I was last week. Full disclosure, I was in Chicago on some business, some real good business. I'm trying to keep the cabinets open tonight so I can have less glare, but I don't know. Let me fine tune this. It's a little hot. Okay. Hello. Good evening. Welcome to Monday. Glad you're all here. Who do I got? I got Phil, Mike, Mark, Brandon, Mike, Phil, Jason, Books, Jesse, Christopher Bowers. You posted about the Shining, I believe. I'm sorry. The Stand. You posted about The Stand, and you were surprised it came in. I did my Stand video today. If you want to see the unboxing video, I posted that a little bit ago. So you can see my thoughts where I get all choked up thinking about the good old days of Cemetery Dance. What's up, John? Alan, good to see you. Ron. Hello, Ron. I'm having a brain fart. You're Ron. Yes. Phil, looks like we're Jeffless. No, you are not. You are not Jeffless. You are not reckless. You are not feckless. You're here. I'm here. And it seems like it's been forever. Jeez. It just feels it was a crazy week last week. So, but I'm glad to be back. And I was served up a perfect end to my Cemetery Dance relationship when I got the artist edition of The Stand, but also, I don't know if you've seen what Glenn Krish wrote on Facebook. I mispronounced Glenn's name in my video for the unboxing of the artist edition of The Stand. I call him Glenn Kirsch. I just displaced the R and the I. That's what happened. It's Glenn Krish. And he wrote this long, crazy post about Cemetery Dance. I didn't see his original one. His original one was very apparently bombastic, and he said things he regretted. I don't know where that was posted. I didn't see it. I only saw his follow-up that he wrote about Cemetery Dance and the bad business practices. And some of the stuff he wrote was pretty much verbatim to all the things we've been saying and we've known, and I've been saying in my newsletters and everywhere else. It's, man, how awful. And I hate it. I hated to see it keep repeating like that. But we'll talk about that tonight. Good to see you, Zach. Did I say it? I think I did. Glurp. Jesse. Dungeon Crawler Carl. Glurp. It plays a role. That was hilarious. That was a hilarious book. I liked it. Liked it a lot. Hello, number one. Autumn Springs was a great book, but Child is still better. I currently have 11 copies of Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre, and I'm not done. 11 copies. I will be giving away. What am I giving away? I'm giving away the UK edition of Autumn Springs Retirement Home Massacre at JEFCON. Yes. Over there. So, what's up, Mitch? Yo, what's going on? I'm still reeling from staining my slipcase of Artie's Frozen Hell. Staining? Asking them if they have another case I can buy. Thoughts and prayers. My thoughts and prayers are with you, Christopher. I know how hard that can be. The books, man. What is that? I'm trying not to look like Casper, everybody. It's taking some doings. I don't want to look like Casper because I'm not friendly. You get it? I'm not friendly. I just look like I look like I'm fading out of existence. I just look like I don't look white anymore. I look transparent. Like I'm going away. I'm going somewhere. By the way, new channel buddy right here. It's a new friend of the channel, just like the Duff Bucket. This is King Homer. Producer Jill bought it for me, so he'll be riding shotgun. He's like pool boy. You know, every once in a while, I need that Ed McMahon sidekick sitting next to me to keep me going, to keep it all afloat. You know, like a little wingman, bump me back into the right path. So I got King Homer here. King Homer. You know, as collectors are, they got to stay in the container, and then on the back he breaks out. King Homer, Treehouse of Horror. It's relevant. Good evening, Lance. What's up, JJ Dynamite? I'm almost done with Autumn Springs. Don't tell Jesse who the killer is. Alexia, good to see you. Mike, have producer Jill use some foundation on you, Jeff. You have to get camera ready. Yeah. Yeah, a little makeup. What's up, Patrick King? Good to see you. Hello, friends and friends. Like it. Casper, the friendly host. Gonna have to catch everyone on the flip side, cooking some Cajun shrimp pasta and about to watch Life of Chuck. Jill, Zach is tonight. He's serving up some martinis and Cajun shrimp pasta. I think we're gonna be there. You know, I think he might be in Atlanta, so we got to take a ride. Look like Illinois drained the color out of you. Yeah, they drained something out of me. Well, I become Caucasian when I back up. I'm the Caucasian for every occasion. The killer is, yeah, don't. Patrick Earthling did assign limited of The Thicket. Wait, oh, Jeff, finish Buffalo Hunter Hunter. Do you think we have a shot of Buffalo Hunter Hunter from SST? Also, Lansdale The Thicket with SST. That would make my day. Love those books. Yes. I would love. SST just announced another book. I have access to ordering it, but I'm holding off. I'm getting super, super picky now. But if SST did The Thicket, that would be the bomb. But also, as Ron points out, the Earthling did The Thicket, and that is a phenomenal book. It's one of their best productions, I think. So The Thicket from Earthling. But yes, Thicket from SST would be amazing. Buffalo Hunter Hunter from SST would be amazing. And also go look for Paradise Sky. SST did that. If you like The Thicket, you'll love Paradise Sky. Dead-Eye Dick. Really cool, man. So you go check those out. Earthlings The Thicket is my favorite edition I own. Yes. Finished Autumn Springs and Widows the last 2 weeks. Great reads. Damn, Phil, you are having the October to remember. You just wanted to no, which book should I read now? I just finished Autumn Springs for the second time. Fantastic book. I got to figure out what's next for Beef Daddy. What should I read next? I know you guys will be throwing down a lot of great suggestions. I'm trying to think of what it could be. I know there were a bunch that I absolutely wanted to read, but that list never goes down. And they, you know, if it lasts longer than 4 hours, you got to call a nurse. So, I'm trying to find an email that I got from the Broken Binding. I don't think I think I lost it or I deleted it accidentally, somewhat mentally. It was an email about Broken Binding is having a sale. And it's gone. It is gone, daddy gone. So, maybe I flagged it, but whatever. Yes, they're having a horror book sale this Friday. Anything in the Graveyard. and their other horror selections. So be on the lookout for that. I was just thinking of Black Crows because of Buffalo Hunter. Oh, Mark Kennefick said SST will do Buffalo Hunter. He has some information, and I think Mark's right. I just ordered that one. I couldn't wait. I feel like the killer is Tatum. I made my decision 20% into the book. I'm not going to say anything because anything you say at that point when somebody makes a guess becomes a spoiler. Either it dissuades that person or it confirms that you can't say anything. Let me just say this. No, that's the thing with these things. They're so much fun. And this is a fun one. This is a real fun book. Real fun. So I don't want to ruin anybody's enjoyment. So I'm not going to say anything, but Tatum. Yes. Broken Binding is having a 25% off sale on Friday. Yes. I was just looking for the email. I'm like, where did I put it? I'm surprised I can't find it because I had it. I must have accidentally trashed it because I wanted to share it with you. But just know that. Let's check in with the Magic Duck Bucket because this ain't getting any more coherent. So we might as well enjoy ourselves. What do you got for me today, Magic Duck Bucket? Oh, it's an import from Chicago. I went to one of my favorite places on earth, Binny's Beverage Depot, and I got this. Now, I don't like barrel-aged stouts. I don't like them, sir. No, sir. No, ma'am. But I love End of Days. End of Days stout from Pipeworks is, check it out, bourbon barrel-aged. It's an imperial milk stout with cacao nib, vanilla, cinnamon, and chiles. I just don't like the bourbon barrel-aged bullshit. I just think it's gimmicky. I don't like it. But they didn't have the regular End of Days. They should have called this the Pinkman because it has a little chili pea, and that's what he added to his meth. Jesse Pinkman. So I got it because it was the best I could get. They don't have Rapture at Binny's Beverage Depot. So that's what I came back with. And it's like, oh my God, look at that. It's like I crushed a grasshopper to death and got all the spit out. Oh, this is live, people. This is quality. This is quality YouTube. Go tell YouTube they're getting some quality content out of that old Jeff Word channel. You get some of the best watching. All right. Yeah, you know what? It totally looks like grasshopper spit. That's what I would have named it. Jesse Pinkman's grasshopper spit. It is. End of Days. It's apropos. That's Poe's full name, by the way. My dog, Poe. He's apropos. This is his full name. It was Professor Plum with the knife. Don't say I have 19 pages left, Colonel Mustard. I was surprised the Autumn Springs killer was the butler with the candle in the library. It's a huge surprise and just the cherry on top. Yes. That Aardvark release is really kicking ass, seeing it everywhere. I know. I think they did a great job with that. You saw my video. I hope. I did a video. And yeah. I finally gave in and picked up the Black Crow signed edition of Joe Hill's King of Sorrow with illustrated boards and end sheets. Guess my resolve for passing on this dragon book wasn't as firm as I thought. They always get you, Ron. They're going to get you. It's inevitable. Right? King Homer? Homie? Yeah, King Homer. He knows. That's freaking motor oil. You're damn right it is. Look at that. It's End of Days. I only bought one. I only bought producer Jill. If you want to try it, come on in here. I only bought the one. I'm glad I did. That why bourbon barrel age it now? Because I said that, if producer Jill drinks it, she's going to like it. You should probably read Incidents Around the House. I'm currently reading Tremblay's horror movie. Incidents Around the House. I have not read a Mallerman in a long time, John. Thank you. Oh, John, I've been meaning to reach out to you. You bought tickets to JEFCON, but I think there is a mishap. I'll contact you after this. I'm sorry, Jill. I just want to reach out to John. I want to, like, I have to seize on these things because, the older you get. You drinking a salad bar or a beer? I believe King Sorrow Black Crow is one of the books that's going to be on sale this weekend. It is, but at Broken Binding. I just received Autumn Springs and Buffalo Hunter from Aardvark. Great looking books for a very good price. They had Buffalo Hunter there. I seem to recall that. Now it's coming back to me. It's all coming back to me now. So yeah, it's good. I'm glad Aardvark is on my radar now because they are good books at a good price. And I wish they work on that shipping though. They don't bundle the books up. I mean, they gotta take care of those books and package them a little bit better. Because Autumn Springs are just bouncing around in there. It's got to be Mary then. Oh, you're thinking Mary. I'm not saying nothing. Jesse, that doesn't surprise me. That's about par for the course for my timing on these types of things. 25% off a book. Well, the same thing with me. I bought it. I bought it the bundle with Coffin House. Now, you should know, I think Coffin House is also part of what will be on sale. Let's just pull this up. Let's just go to the big board. So if you're wondering what could possibly be on sale. Okay. The share screen wasn't there. So this is the graveyard at the Broken Binding. And these are the Coffin Moon, not Coffin House. It's Fever House and Coffin Moon. So these are going to be 25% off. You're going to Coffin Moon, King Sorrow. It's not a cult. It's not a cult, Mom. It's not a cult. And then this Eric LaRocca book, which is We Are Always Tender with Our Dead. Are we always? Are we? I don't think we always are. The Black Hunger. And then you can get a bundle, Halloween box bundle, The Black Hunger, and It's Not a Cult, Mom. Oh, and this is a bundle too. 4-pack. What's in the 4-pack? We're Always Tender with Our Dead, especially if they're chicken tenders. Christina Henry, The Place Where They Buried Your Heart. Coffin Moon, King Sorrow. The Place Where They Buried Your Heart. And what was the top one? Eric LaRocca. LaRocca LaRolla. Oh, wait. What's the title? Is it Burnt Sparrow? Doesn't Eric LaRocca always have titles like, and then we went to the Muffin Man and we've never been the same? Like really long titles. So maybe the publisher's like, can you just shorten your goddamn titles? All right, Burnt Sparrow. We Are Always Tender with Our Dead. Anyway, this Friday, 25% off. Go get it. The Broken Binding. It's in the graveyard section. Hey, you know what? Let's check out what's in the infirmary. Little Bruised and Reduced. What do you see? Nothing. Nothing you want to buy. Then they have what else? Dragon's Horde. Is there anything in the Dragon's Horde? I don't know. How to defeat a demon king in 10 easy steps. See, now that's I think that's fun. Not buying it. So that's what this is. How much ABV is this? Not enough. That's the answer. Not enough. So Coffin Moon looks interesting. Was just looking at it at Barnes and Noble today. I ordered Coffin House and King Sorrow from Black Crow. Yes. Yes. You know what? We can look up. I haven't been over to Black Crow in a while. And they have nothing new, really. They're all products page. They got a Halloween Bundle 3-pack, which has CJ Leeds, American Rapture, Chuck Tingle's Lucky Day, and then the library at Hellebore. Hellebore. I think that's what I used to think of my job, a Hellebore. Hellebore. So yeah, Black Crow. I have these 2 out of stock books. I am so tempted by the Fever House duology. I know I keep coming back to it. And Ron, you were supposed to buy it for me. Not for me, but you were supposed to buy it, and I was going to live vicariously through you. I'm still surprised they have a King Sorrow. Still. Hello, hello. It's been so long. Yes, Russell, good to see you. Hope everything's okay. Hope you're gearing up for Halloween and all the magic of the day, of the season. I can't wait. Why buy anything from Broken Binding when you could buy 7 Chismar books from CD and be entered into a raffle for a free bookmark signed by Stephen King? I wouldn't doubt if you're going to be soon entered into a raffle for used Stephen King toilet paper. He's the shit. I don't know. We're going to talk about Cemetery Dance, I believe, in a little bit, but let's just do an unboxing, shall we? Oh, that was a stupid setup. Let's do an unboxing. This came from a bookstore in Exeter, New Hampshire. Water Street Bookstore. I think you know what this is. Do you know what it is? In Exeter, New Hampshire, Water Street Bookstore. You know what? I have to do it. This book, it deserves the Dragon Lord. I was going to deny it its proper unboxing, but really, this is a book that should be opened with the Dragon Lord. Apologies to our friend Joe Hill. So what is in here? Let us see. Let's see what's in here. This is, of course, King Sorrow. This is the dragon book Ron did not want to buy. And I had to do it. You know, I bought this from the same place I bought Full Throttle when he came there and he signed copies of Full Throttle. I had him inscribe one to Jeffing Off. Do you remember Jeffing Off? That guy? He used to have a YouTube channel. So this time, oh my God. Wait, did I tell him to say that? No, I didn't. Did I don't, this is crazy. I'm kind of like, I'm shocked. This is genuine shock. So I had Joe Hill, King Sorrow. and um and you could get it inscribed. And I said, since I had him signed to Jeffing off, I wanted to make it a tradition. If he comes out a new book and he goes to Waterstones, no, Water Street, and signs, I'm going to have him signed to me at the channel. I'm going to just make it a thing. Because again, I like supporting the independent bookstores. And if an author I like has a relationship with one of those bookstores, I want to. But I'm a little shocked, and I'm going to have to check to see what I wrote, what I wanted the inscription to read. But holy shit. I can't believe it says that. It says, to the Jeff word, stay frosty. Joe Hill. To the Jeff word, stay frosty. I don't think I said stay frosty. I don't think that was anything I included in the I'm almost positive I did not include that. He added that. He added stay frosty, which means he would have had to have had some. I mean, obviously, you're not just going to guess that I say stay frosty. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy. Wow. I mean, I'm just, you know what? I'm probably going to look it up and see that I asked him to write stay frosty or something. And then this is all just me surprising myself, but I don't think so. That's pretty wild, man. That is really pretty wild to think this channel has Joe Hill's attention in the least. Like, even if he saw the Jeff word, what is that? And looked it up. I don't know. Wow. That sort of took me for a loop. You know, I'm like, I have the book. It's a trade edition. I got it signed. It's something I can show off and unbox live because, you know, I don't normally unbox trade editions on the show, but live is a fun time to do it. Wow, that's kind of got, yeah, I'm a little rewired right now. Rebooted. Oh, look at those cool end papers. That's very cool. Wow. That's freaky, man. That's a little freaky. Now I wonder if he knows all the stuff I said about Chismar. Stay frosty, Jeff, and shut your mouth about Chismar. Wow. What have you all been saying? Received my Ghost Box 4 clamshell box with 7 chapbooks from Higgins. I love those Ghost boxes. I was going to get the second one, and then I was looking for the first one on the secondary because I like the concept. I think it's a really cool concept, but I never did it. So they're up to 4 now, huh? Love the series, and I'm glad they decided to do a 4th one to join my earlier 3. Yeah, that's cool. The Will of the Many and the Strength of the Few Deluxe. I was able to snag a number to book number 2. Of book 2? I don't know what that means. The Black Crow Book of Best New Horror is new. Yes. They're doing their own anthology. If you were in Chicago, you may have missed Suntup revealing he is doing another McCarthy title. I did miss that because I wasn't watching. I ended up doing my countdown stream, my countdown thread from the road. But I did see somebody mention that in the chatter about it. And I'm like, wow, that I hope it's Child of God. I'm off the number train, but why do they have to barrel age it, man? Mitch, don't barrel age anything, please. Please. It's a fad I was hoping would have died down a long time ago. But yes, I got my King Sour from them today as well. Did he say stay frosty? um, Paul is any consensus on which McCarthy it is? No, I don't think there was a consensus. I didn't watch his live. It's the first one I've ever missed. Did he inscribe Chismar sucks? Not sure why my dad does business with him. That would be cool. You creeping in here, Joe? I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, the vaguest possibility, if I didn't write, you know what? I'm going to go to my pre-orders right now. Yeah, I have a folder titled pre-orders, Water Street Bookstore. Thank you for your order. It's just telling me that I ordered it. And it doesn't say what I wrote. It doesn't say. Huh. I wish it did because I ordered it Saturday, January 18th. I have it up here. Sometimes they show the little comment section, you know. Access my account. I feel like I need to know this. Maybe I don't have an account. Because that is really freaky. I might have said stay for I might have said it. Who knows? But if I didn't, that would be I couldn't imagine I would do it. I can't imagine I would say Frosty. But I wish it wasn't going to stay a mystery for the rest of my life. I want to know. I want to know if I did that. January 18th, 2025. I have to do some investigating. But maybe I can find out some record of what I did. Sounds like Joe Hill has seen a few Jeff Word videos. Congrats. That's awesome. How is everyone? Happy Monday. Good to see you, Jason. I'm glad you're here. I haven't seen you in a while. I was going to talk about Sonic P Press, but the only thing he had in his email was Child of or Dune Heretic. And then he was trying to catch up with the mismatched numbers. Heretics of Dune. And if you have number 309 and 337, if you bought them from if you've been purchasing 309 or 337 of the Dune series from Dearly Departed Books, that vendor has retired. So Dearly Departed is Dearly Departed. They've exited stage left. And man, I'm creeped out. I'm still creeped out by this Stay Frosty. Like looking over my shoulder. Where's Joe Hill? He's a tall guy too, you know. Christopher Triana blasted Chismar and CD. Also, while blasting Independent Legions Publishing, they have screwed the likes of Nick Roberts, Chad Lutsky, Aaron Beauregard, and Triana, plus many more. I saw him blast Independent Legions, and I wasn't going to really go into it because it sounded like, I just don't know enough about that scene. But he blasted CD too. I don't know how Cemetery Dance can stay in business. The secret is out. Glenn Krish, I'm so careful now. Really went to town, and he had in his deposition, and I felt really bad for him. He's one of those guys. He was trying to keep the money coming in. He was trying to walk that line. And I think if you learn anything from what Glenn Krish wrote, it's that keeping silent when you know something awful is going on is never the answer. And with Richard Chismar, enough people know that awful shit's going on. And Brian Keene, he calls out Brian Keene and Christopher Golden for not saying anything. They have status in the indie horror community, and they're not saying anything about Richard Chismar. They included him in the anthology. I think both anthologies, right? There's the Shining one that was just announced, and then there's End of the World as We Know It. So Chismar, I think, is involved in both of those. Or maybe it's just End of the World as We Know It. Irregardless, which isn't a word, I know that. I say it with irony and sarcasm. And because I had a pretty potent Imperial Stout. So he's saying, I didn't say anything when Todd Kiesling outed Richard Chismar because he was still waiting for his paycheck. I mean, that does, I'll admit, like this whole time I've been blasting Dick Chiz over and over and over again. In the back of my head, I'm like, what if he withholds my artist edition? How petty is that? How small is that? That's pretty awful. It didn't stop me, of course. I kept going, but I could understand if Glenn had a paycheck in the balance, that would be like, well, I'm not going to say anything. I still need to get paid. You're not going to go to war if you've put your skin in the mouth of the monster. You're going to do everything you can to keep that monster from closing its mouth on you. So I think the inevitability of calling out Richard Chismar for Glenn proves that biting his tongue and biding his time and playing like I'm your friend isn't the right way to go. If you know somebody's screwing over all these people, band together, get the voices heard, and slay the dragon. I mean, just don't sit by while other authors aren't getting paid until they like beat the door down. I just honestly don't know how Richard Chismar is still in business. But Glenn Krish, see, I messed it up. I got to think Krishna, maybe. Hari Krishna. And then that gets me to the Krish. And then I just drop the nah. Just Krish. So one of the most telling things in there was he was saying what everybody's been saying, including myself, about how they just find PC copies all over the place and how he signed 1 to 200 extra signature sheets for his releases that he did with Cemetery Dance. That's preposterous. Like 20 or 30. I guess, if you're signing 30 extra sheets for PC copies in case things are damaged in the mail, that should raise an eyebrow. 30? Although so I'm not in the publishing business. I don't ever publish. I don't know how much of the print run you set aside as PC. Like if you have 350 copies, are you just printing 400 and you got 50? Do you do 375? I don't know how it works. And I don't begrudge a publisher from covering their ass and making sure that if your book ends up at a rugby match with the post office, that you should have a supply that you then can send out to replace that book. And if it drives down the per unit cost and you make more money because you published 400, great, instead of 350, fine. Then yes. But it seems to be a baked-in plan for Cemetery Dance to exploit the secondary market after they've sold out. It also incentivizes them to sell out earlier. So if they have a print run of 750 and they sell 700, and then they just say, yeah, we're sold out, and the rest are PC copies or actual numbers that they can then upcharge. I'm not saying they do that, but Glenn Krish was pointing out that he signed a stupid amount of extra signature sheets. He also pointed out how how Cemetery Dance, as part of their giveaways, was offering up signature sheets from authors who perhaps had no idea that Cemetery Dance was, if not making money on those sheets, using them to a financial advantage. Richard Chismar, that is, using those leftover signature sheets to his financial advantage. And so I think it was really telling. And I don't know how many more people. So Christopher Triana, I didn't read his thing, but Glenn Krish, Christopher Triana now, Jeff Strand, Chad Lutsky, Jeff Vandermeer. How many more have come out? Todd Kiesling have all come out and said, what a phenomenally corrupt guy this Dick Chismar is. Now I included, well, I get a little bit of my anger out. I get a little bit, I vent some of my chiz anger in the chapbook I wrote for JEFCON. If you watch this channel at all, and if you're at JEFCON, of course, you're going to recognize a lot of names and a lot of the stuff in the chapbook, because I wrote it for us, and I had a lot of fun writing it. It was a lot of fun writing, and I read Philip Fricassi's intro, who's also signing this chapbook, and damn, I tried to make the chapbook story itself worthy of such a great introduction, and Philip Fricassi's signature. Like, yeah, it's kind of heavy duty. Yes, far more than the Stay Frosty in my King Sorrow. God damn it. I think I'm going to have to do a video about that. It's not going to be a real unboxing video, because I don't want to lie and then pretend to open a box. You know, I'm just going to do a video about it and put Joe Hill's name in the title so that he knows that if he searches his name on YouTube, if he ever does that, or his people do, or whatever. And I probably won't say anything about Richard Chismar in that video. Read what I wrote above about Water Street. What'd you write? What did you write? Mark, I don't know if I'm looking through it all. Hold on. I'm going to be very careful. Read what I wrote above about Water Street. Mark, if you look up, everybody look up and go through the comments. Mark, I see that comment. Now I'm going to read the next Mark Kennefic comment I see. Don't say have 19 pages left. That's all I see. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm trying to, I don't see what you wrote, Mark. Either it didn't post. Or I'm blind, but I don't see it anywhere, Mark. Either way, it's pretty cool. He wrote Stay Frosty. Sometimes authors just put our name and that's it, no matter what you ask for. I know it is. It's super cool. Did they send you an email confirmation? Yeah, that's what I looked at, Jesse. Or Lance, I'm sorry. I thought your name. Email and ask him. I think I'll have to, Jesse. Sad to see Dearly Departed no longer around. They were a nice little business. Bought a few things from them over the. I never heard about them until that email till that newsletter from Centipede Press. Nick Roberts had a pretty lengthy video about independent legions. Triana, new email titled Deals with the Devil. Well worth the read. If you know Triana, you know it's full of very good stuff. Hey, Jeff, so happy to see you got your book and that you can now wash your hands of CD. Yes, Chad, it is, but it's also sad. I was thinking about it. You can't feel betrayed by someone you've always hated. If you hated somebody, you can't really feel betrayed. That's an emotion that can only be attached to someone you either formerly trusted or formerly liked. And that's how I feel. I feel totally betrayed. Like Cemetery Dance was our place. And they were just such an important get, especially with the Cemetery Dance forum on their website. I don't know. It's the first place I really felt community with the horror independent horror publishers. And it's like this is our gathering place. This is where we all can come together. And to have him do this stuff is just like, you know, it's abusive. I don't know, man. It sucks. But yes, and so I can wash my hands of Cemetery Dance. But how sad is that? How awful, Oh, by the way, shirts purchased at Spirit Halloween. It's basically he ain't screaming no more. That's the thing. He's and in some ways, this is a happy shirt. The guy in what's his Munch? Edvard Munch? In some ways, that guy was perpetually tortured. He's at peace now, so that's good. Sometimes I feel like I have a title idea. I have little idea where the cool indie press kids hang out because I've never ever even heard of Dearly Departed. I know, or Independent Legions. Right, me either. Yeah, that's funny. I know. I ain't at the cool kids table. I only found Dearly Departed through extensively searching for older Centipede Press titles. They were a long time dealer. Oh wow, it's so sad. But it sounded like he retired, so it's not like he went out of business or screwed people over. He just retired. Yeah, Independent is Italy. They did Commodore. Interesting. Alabama Booksmith sent they will have signed King Sorrow books. I'm going to order one from them. Oh, very cool. Alabama Booksmith, great people. Are they going to have a Joe Hill event? Oh, if they have a Joe Hill event, oh, god damn it. Now Alabama Booksmith. Oh man, this is like I will just be very silent while I do this cuz this is worth it. Alabama Booksmith. Coming events. They have where are we at? Okay. Next. They have nothing listed for November. I did not see the email from Alabama Booksmith though. I'm very upset. Now I'm kind of upset. Let's see. Let's see what I got. Joe Hill finally has a new book coming. Ooh, what is going on? I must not be getting my emails. I don't know. I'm kind of losing my mind, but I see it now. Joe Hill fans are cheering after a wait of almost 10 years. Tomorrow, a pub date for King Sorrow. Hopefully, it won't take that long to read these 881 pages that are scary, romantic, crazed, deranged, absurd, and funny. You may have signed first editions carefully wrapped and mailed to your doorstep with a reply. Oh, wow. But they don't say there's an event. Tomorrow's pub day. So yeah, they have so if you want a signed copy of King Sorrow, yours probably won't say Stay Frosty. To the Jeff word. Stay frosty. Damn. That's giving me the chills. I must have wrote it. Frankenstein Kickstarter opens tomorrow. Oh, go to their website, put your account info, go to your history. What you wrote is there. See, that's the thing, Mark. I don't think I set up an account, but maybe I did. Maybe it's worth solving this mystery right now. Maybe it is. Pre-orders. Let me see. Forgot my password. Math question. Oh. Okay. Okay. I apparently did have an account. We're getting to this. You know how disappointed I'm going to be if I actually wrote that? Um I'm doing this. Password. Let's say my password is, let me see. Here we are. Oh, my password strength is fair. Oh my god. Here we are. We're going to get to this. Yeah, I'm saving my password. My account, my orders. See, it's not there. I didn't create an. The only thing I have is Full Throttle. I did not buy it under. I'd like my copy personalized to Jeffing off. Whatever Joe wants to do with that name is likely fine. Is fine with me as long as Jeffing off appears. That would be fantastic. That's what I wrote. What a douchebag! I wrote that on in 2019. Oh, that sucks. Readers, please don't purchase anything from independent legions. They sign authors. They don't fulfill contracts. Keen, myself, Triana, and others, they've been giving me the runaround for months. I'm so sorry to hear that, Chad. I'm really sorry. Um, uh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that I mean, it's like you're stealing and making money, and it's awful. Nope, I'm done. I've only bought the Fracassi one, but no more. It didn't say about an event, but I'll meet you there if they do. That would be awesome, Mike. But it doesn't look like it. It just looks like they have signed copies coming. Um, the Black Crow edition is signed. Don't look, Jeff. Keep it a mystery. I want to know. I feel like, oh, I wish I had confirmation one way or the other, because I really don't think I I told him to say stay frosty. How do I reach out to him, Jesse? Hey, Jesse, how about you ask? Oh, well, sorry. No, thank you, Mark. That was very helpful. I'm the idiot for not being on top of it. I don't know what is going on, but I'm losing everything in my email. Yeah, my orders, the only thing they have is full throttle. I don't know what I did. I don't know why. I have to make my life so difficult. I just do. It's my thing. His password is 1234. Call them or email them. They should be able to tell you. Yeah. And at that point, I think if I'm bothering people with demands like that, I start to feel like you're kind of OCD, but I really do need to get to the bottom of it. I think I'm going to have to. I think you're right, Mark. Mark, you're always right. And Mark, you should look out for an Easter egg with you in my chat book if you read it. So, again, I'm not Stephen Dwayne Elson Jr. isn't here. I haven't seen him. Kind of disappointed. I don't know where he is. He's doing pretty well in fantasy. Okay, I'm getting production notes. This is why don't you come in here and try this beer before it's gone? I only bought one, Jill. I promise you won't show up in the glass because I have all the doors open to get rid of reflections. He's the only thing reflecting anything. So, I hear footsteps. Yeah, I can't. I'm not Plastic Man. You're gonna have to. No, like this is far off camera. You can get some. The doors are open. Nobody's gonna see anything. I guarantee, because I don't like it, you'll like it. Watch this. You're nowhere, like there's no danger. And you got gum in your mouth? You can't try a beer with gum in your mouth. Oh, she's like, now she's overdoing it the other way. Because I said she wouldn't like it. You think way too much. Now I said she would like it, so now she's acting like, oh, there's no way I could like this. Mark says, hey, Jill. Mark? It tastes like cough syrup. Tastes like cough syrup. No, there's no danger. Oh, my God. Hi, Mark. She said hi. Oh, did you catch that? Did you hear her voice? Anyway, yes, Broken Bindings having a sale. Glenn Kirsch is very upset. Oh, you know what else? I'm gonna close that out. We're getting rid of that. I'm telling you, I'm kind of losing my mind over here. We don't have to go to these things. Okay, so what do we got? There's a very cool thing that Tyler Jones was turning us on to, and it's kind of pricey. So I'm not going to do it, but it is this Kickstarter for Shortwave 2026 subscription book boxes. So you can get everything they've published or everything they will publish in 2026 featuring all of these people. See them all? Recognize this guy here and this guy here. Anybody else that I recognize? No. Oh, that's what Gemma Files looks like? I don't know. I like seeing people. I like having a picture in my head And I didn't know that's what Nat Cassidy looked like. Nat Cassidy. Anyway, so you can back the project. Alan Listufka is a great guy. Shortwave is a great publisher. Like anything I feel about Cemetery Dance, flip that on its head. That's what I feel about Shortwave. So I would love to support Shortwave. I might do the $25 one, but it gives you ebooks. I don't want ebooks, but I want to support Shortwave. Anyway, this is what I would want, and it's $320. You get all the books that they do for 2026. So by the time December 2026 rolls around, you will have saved $80 because you've got books coming from Jaw McCarthy, Laurel Hightower, Maxwell Gold, Nat Cassidy, Annie Neubauer, Nikki Lee, Jamie Flanagan, and Marina Claire, Gemma Files, Tyler Jones, Philip Fracassi, Johnny Compton, Christoph Paul, Gemma Amor, and then Jamie Flanagan. So all of these kissing carrying. No, thank you, Gemma. See, there are two Gemmas, and I said her name, Gemma. Horrible. I'm a horrible person. So you get these. Oh, look at the boxes. Shut up. Look at that. You get a cool little box that looks like a building. You get a quarterly box, apparently. And there are 4 quarters in every hole. So I think Shortwave is a publisher worth supporting. This one has 30 backers. I'm heartened to see that. If I had a bigger budget, I would do it. If I had a bigger budget at my disposal. I just don't. And so he is worth it. Shortwave is worth it. And I would say, because all these people are affiliated with Shortwave, they are worth it. I do know Philip and Tyler are worth it. I will be getting those books. Tyler's will be depth charge, I believe. Do they list it? Depth charge from Tyler, and Traps and Specters by Philip Fracassi. It's another collection. So very happy to, I definitely will be getting those, and I will support Shortwave every chance I get. So got to save some money to try for The Fisherman. Yes. Don't try that crap. For Cassie's Shortwave title, Traps and Specters, a short story collection. Yes. Yeah, it'll be another one of those. I might have seen a working table of contents, and I'm very happy with what's in there. So, I mean, it's Fracassi. I'm going to be happy with what's in there. The guy's a beast, man. He's phenomenal. He is the torch has been passed in my brain, and how I read. The torch has been passed from Stephen King to Philip Fracassi directly. So, for sure. Yeah. So you're going to try for The Fisherman. I thought I saw people talking about The Fisherman earlier. But All the Pretty Horses is your guess, huh? I'm now digging through your comments. But you're talking about The Fisherman, that's Nepenthe Press, and I'm not gonna probably get it. I won't get it because I don't like what they did to that one person that one time. No, The Fisherman from Nepenthe tomorrow. Oh, okay. That's when it goes on sale. I'm sure it's going to sell really well for them. It's a very hot title. A lot of people want it. I've been looking. I think I found a copy at McKay's Books. It wasn't the Undertow. It was a trade edition, and I don't know why I've been waiting so long to just get the damn thing from Amazon. I should just buy the trade edition. Speaking of Fracassi, does it seem like that Thunderstorm Fracassi novella collection seems to be taking longer than previous Thunderstorm pre-orders? Wasn't ordering back in May or June? I don't remember, but I do think you're right, Ron. I think it's sort of creeping in my brain as it's been a minute. And Paul Gobler is usually a lot faster, but with the Fracassi titles, he was setting the print run by the pre-orders. So For to Die For, I think that's what you're talking about. That was maybe it went to the printing queue with the printer. If he has the print run determined, he probably gets the ball rolling and then he starts to sell the titles. In this case, he was determining the print run. Maybe it got hung up in the print queue. I don't know. You'd have to email Paul to find out. But yeah, it feels like it's been a minute because he also took orders for Don't Let Them Get You Down in the Egotist, which is also determined by the pre-orders, the print run. So I'm patient. I am itching for to Die For, though. So I'm a little bit itchy there, but I think it's coming relatively soon. Yeah. June 30th. That was the cutoff. Didn't he say it was an actual pre-order? Most thunderstorms are done before the order, but this was a true pre-order. Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. As I was saying, he was setting the print run by the pre-order, so he has to wait for all that to get in. Man, I doze off for a second. I'm tired AF. After dealing with CD, anything that takes less than a year seems to be great to me. I know. Jesse, yeah, I'm kind of there with you. I'm kind of dozing out here. It's a Monday night. It's been a long week. And this is kicking my ass. But let's talk about what I got going on over here. One of the things that Glenn Krish was talking about was this book. He was waiting to get paid for Husks. And he said it was the single biggest paycheck in his publishing career. And I'm like, wow, this is a book they gave away to members of the Cemetery Dance Collectors Club. And when you look at it, the book is said to be limited to 1,112 copies. Is that how many people were in the Cemetery Dance Collectors Club? Because that is a shit ton of money just flooding in. It was worth it because Brian James Freeman made it worth it. Like the one year, it was $99 to join, but you got $10 of credit every month toward a Cemetery Dance title, or just to save up into your account balance. And that equals $120. So by paying $99, you made $30 in store credit. And then you could use that. And I've used all mine up. But Glenn has stated he signed more signature sheets than the print run. So maybe he's got a few more laying around. I've never read this, but now I want to read it because of what Glenn is going through. Because and here's the sad thing: when I saw this book and I got it, I'm like, I hate Cemetery Dance now. I think they should, I mean, especially, well, mostly and entirely Richard Chizmar pisses me off. But Cemetery Dance is synonymous with Richard Chizmar in my brain. And when I got this, I'm like, man, screw those guys. If Glenn Krish is a Cemetery Dance guy, then he's an enemy. It's so weird. So I put this book down. I'm like, I ain't gonna read that. I'll give it away or something, or I'll sell it. How awful is that? I never considered how awful that was until Glenn wrote his thing. And I'm like, just because they got published by Cemetery Dance doesn't mean they approve of all the shit he's doing. And I know that on some level, but when I don't know the author, I just attach Cemetery Dance's bullshit to that author as well. And that's not fair. It really does cost them, I think, a lot more than their money to be associated with Cemetery Dance. It's a weird thing. But now I feel bad for dismissing this book, and I'm going to read it, and really consider the person who wrote it. That's Husk. But I also thought, shit, I should do a read along for all the enemies of Cemetery Dance. We got Todd Kiesling and Jeff Vandermeer. This book broke Jeff Vandermeer. This is a Cemetery Dance edition of the Southern Reach trilogy. And man, I was so looking forward to this, and this sort of blew up in Dick Chiz's face. Southern Reach trilogy. So I think if I had a big, beautiful library, I would organize books by my favorite authors, of course. That's why you see Philip Fracassi right behind me, right behind me, right here. Boom. Look at all those Autumn Springs, 11 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Whatever. 11 copies. And then, I got a bunch of Third Rules, and I think down here I got Boys in the Valley. Gothic 2 or Gothic from Clash is coming out very soon. Good night, Dave. Thanks for the stream, Jeff and Jill. Good night. Have a good one. Glad you can come by. He may have gotten behind trying to fix that one that messed up. Oh, yes. Jex. Yes. Good call out, Christopher. Yes. Jex, which I did not return because I liked my copy. I thought my copy was in great shape. But Thunderstorms, Chad Lutsky titled Jex. He was recalling it. He was reprinting it. So yeah, good call out, Christopher. Could have log jammed the whole works. You know how that goes. Definitely no concerns. I'm just anxious to get my hands on it. Me too. And I really wasn't thinking about it until you pointed it out. For example, that book from Water Street Books, King Sorrow, I totally forgot about. Totally. Till it showed up today. So, yeah. I think I have that book. The Husks. You should read it. We should do a read along. You know what? I can't count on it, but because it's not published as a trade edition, so I can't expect people to get it, but maybe I'll read it and I'll have Glenn on the channel. I'll reach out, see if I can reach out to him and get him on the channel and interview him and talk to him and discuss Husks. And he was looking for a publisher for Nothing Lasting. And it was heartbreaking to hear how he was pleading for his career. He's like, Cemetery Dance, can you do an audiobook? Can you do an ebook? Can you do anything for my title that you bought? And so he wrestled the rights back to himself, and now he's looking for a publisher who will actually support the book he wrote. I mean, some businesses sell products. You know, you could be a bookstore and sell books, but publishers, they sell something that's so much more personal. And I don't think Dick Chiz appreciated it, what he was doing and the power he had. I got Husks as well. I'll read along. Oh, that's cool. Hey, Hans is here. Good to see you. I have Husks somewhere. Yes. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe we should do a read along and then have Glenn on. I'll see about that. I like that idea. You know, because the guy suffered. And look at Chad Lutsky, man. What you drinking? Huzzah, producer Jill. Hans is giving you a huzzah. I'm drinking a Pipeworks End of Days, and it's pretty potent. And I only have a little left, so I'm not going to sip. I'm not sipping anymore. I'm not going to do it. I did want to acknowledge and give a big shout out to Ron, because he's making the giveaways at JEFCON even sweeter. He's given me a book called The Universal and Other Terrors by Tony Richards. This is a signed limited edition, very nice, from Dark Renaissance, which is, I suspected it, but Ron confirmed it. It is a Joe Morey imprint. So Joe Morey was the founder of Dark Regions, and then he is now Weird House, but in between he did Dark Renaissance. I don't know if it's still a viable publisher, but this was limited to 100 copies, Tony Richards, and it will be given away at JEFCON. So that's one. And then an artist edition, I don't even own this, Born of Man and Woman. And this is Richard Matheson. This is a Suntup edition, artist edition, that I have not even opened it. Oh, I haven't even looked at this. And he offered it as a giveaway very generously. It will be part of the JEFCON giveaway, and it is signed by who? Signed by the artist. And there's a signature. So, a Suntop edition, kids. It's pretty awesome. Let's see what it looks like without the boards. Oh, very cool. Look at that. Very cool. And a reversible dust jacket with the original dust jacket art. Oh, so cool. So very, very cool. Thank you, Ron. That is exceedingly generous. And I will be putting these on the stack, which is substantial. I'll be doing a video very soon highlighting all the books that will be available for the giveaway. There are a few other things I wanted to talk about tonight. Let's see. It was on Facebook. Yeah, I encourage everyone to go look up Glenn Kirsch on Facebook and check out what he wrote about Cemetery Dance. It's very long. There's a ton of stuff. But it's like basically everything I've been saying, but from an insider who's gone through it, who's sort of, he's extrapolating some things that he doesn't know, but what he does know informs that. And man, it is so sad. But anyway. This is a book that I think you will all want to get eventually. This is Views from the Overlook by Jamie Flanagan. Screenwriter Jamie Flanagan's Views from the Overlook, an anthology of new tales set in the infamous hotel from Stephen King's The Shining, prior to the events of the novel, featuring writers such as Michael Bailey, Chelsea Kane, Johnny Compton, Mike Flanagan, Christopher Golden, Justina Ireland, Ali Lang, or Zhang, Alma Katsu, Brian Keene, Daniel Krause, Silvia Moreno Garcia, Chuck Palahniuk, and more. So I will say the and more is what you've got to be paying attention to, people. There are people in this book. Now, I will say just from this list, Chuck Palahniuk and Mike Flanagan, man, that's got my ears perked up. That is, those two alone are intriguing. And I really like him. I really like that. And there may be other authors we all like that show up in this book because they just say, and more. So, and those other authors might not be able to say anything because there are rules regarding making announcements outside of the publisher's marketplace. If these are the authors that are listed, then those are the authors who can talk about it. See what I'm saying? So maybe other authors aren't talking about it because they weren't listed. I'm obviously dropping hints. I'm obviously saying this is a book you're going to want to wrangle a copy of. Does it say? It doesn't say when it's going to be out. Anyway, so I think that's very cool. Something to note, and I wanted everybody to note it. What else do we have to talk about? Oh, yes. Keelan Patrick Burke. Now, Ron, I know you don't like to go on Facebook, but Keelan Patrick Burke has a story called Star of the Show. And Subterranean Press is doing an ebook of it, but Keelan Patrick Burke is also printing out 50 copies and signing them. I have 2 coming my way. One will be given away at JEFCON. The other will be mine. And you'll have to, I'll have to be murdered to get it. So from me, because it's never leaving. But anyway, so Ron, if you have any connection to Keelan Patrick Burke and you're not aware of this, although I imagine you would be if you got the Subterranean Press email. I think that's where it was announced. I picked up a signed copy of Star from Keelan. Yeah, I got a hold of him as soon as I saw the email on the sub. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to bring it up because there are some people who aren't on that email list. So go get it. Oh yeah, Tyler Jones shared. Now I don't know if you're on his Patreon or not, but he shared some news that I thought was super cool, and I can't wait. And I don't know if anybody is in this chat who can share any information about what Tyler Jones said on his Patreon because he spilled the tea. But if anybody is on this chat who might know what Tyler Jones was saying and would want to share it, that's fine. But if not, that's cool too. That's cool. Just trying to do business, just trying to connect people to books. I think JEFCON 1 will be so good that there will be a JEFCON 2. Thanks, man. Just a year and a half, and I hope I can retire. Then I can drive down to see Jeff and Jill. Oh, that would be cool, man. My pleasure, Jeff. Just wish I could be there. I know. I do too. I know. Wish I could make JEFCON. Have to work a special event that day. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Now I'm catching up. I went back in time. Obviously, that was like Memento, if you're familiar with that Christian Bale. Christian Bale? Yeah, movie. Lance, I love your confidence in JEFCON 1. My goal, seriously, is to have a very relaxed, wonderful, warm time at JEFCON where everybody could sit back, just kind of mingle with Philip Fracassi, Tyler Jones, Keelan Patrick Burke, Francois, Bibliopathology, like just Mitch Hull, Stephen Dwayne Ellison Jr. Just hang out, man. Let's all be together. It's like the Monday we could never have, we can have at least once. And yes, if it is phenomenal, I actually found the place I would have wished I could have had JEFCON at. So if there is another JEFCON, if I am so lucky to have another one, I will either have it at the Ray County Courthouse or this other place I discovered. But that'll be TBD, and I'm not worried about it. I'm only worried about December 6th. I'm worried about giving everybody a fun time, some excitement. I'm going to be starstruck by who's at JEFCON myself. So I'm going to be a mushmouth loser with the microphone, but I'm going to do my best. And I think having you all there with me will help. It'll be awesome, man. I can't wait to see as many of you as possible and have a good time. F. Paul Wilson sent out an email newsletter announcing his last written book being released and that a limited of The Keep is in the works from a small press of fine editions. But Hans, I think that is Christopher Nolan. I think that is Gauntlet. Gauntlet has, or Borderlands is probably who's doing it. I don't think it's like a fine press that we want to collect from. I mean, maybe Suntup's doing an F. Paul Wilson. I don't know. But that's sad. He's had a good long career, but I hate to see him go away. No, I'm thinking Christian Bale, who was in Memento. Was that a Christopher Nolan movie? But I'm thinking of the actor, Memento, where he's got his Polaroids and is he writing down on his arm what he's been up to because he has no memory? He goes back. The whole movie goes back through time. I think that's what I'm thinking of. If it's a Christopher Nolan movie, I wouldn't be surprised because it's a really good one. If I recall, Hans, correctly, you guessed correctly. Nice. Producer Jill. This is a new edition. Nope, Gauntlet already did The Keep. Okay, new one, another press. Bale wasn't in Memento. Who was in Memento? Okay. Memento. Now I got to see. Oh, Guy Pearce. Wow. You know what? Maybe it's the Mandela effect. Maybe in a parallel universe, Christian Bale. Christian Bale lost all that weight for The Mechanic. Man, whatever. I'm out of my element. I'm into my beer, and it's over. It's like, did Midworld give a hint for The Keep? Alan might have it. I think you're right. Alan. Yeah. Why Suntup might do The Keep? It's also a 70s, 80s classic horror film, which is in a theme for many Suntups. Yes. The Machinist. Yeah, I'm a train wreck tonight. It is really bad. Like I took a week off. I was off a week, on a week, off a week, and now I'm back on, and it's like just bad. So it's kind of funny. The Machinist. Yeah, Christian Bale was in that. But Guy Pearce, Memento was an awesome movie. It was really good. Joe Pantoliano, the guy from The Matrix, the one guy who didn't want to take the red pill. He's like, give me the beautiful lie. The older I get, the more I'm Joey Pants. The more I'm that guy. I'm like, you know what? At this point, I don't want to live in Zion. I don't want to live in the real truth. I just want the beautiful lie. At this point, give me the delicious steak. Give me the potent stout. I don't want to know. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore. I'm not getting sucked into social media and all that other bullshit. And just give me the stout, give me the steak, and and let me roll off this mortal coil as happy as I could possibly be. Oh, wait, maybe it was Midworld. Now that I think of it, I believe you're right. Yeah, Ford versus Ferrari. Love that one. Christopher Nolan. Um, yeah. Yeah, it really sounds like it might be Suntup. I'm a mess. That's fine, because that's fine. I'd rather I'm a mess. I'm a mess here in good company. Um, but let's see, what else do I have? So, star of the show, reach out to Keelan Patrick Burke. SST has a new title that I'm afraid I might pass on. It's just money. It's not desire. And I talked about literally everything else. I mean, Suntup did the Agatha Christie book. There are about 30 copies left. I know December looks like Hellbound Heart. So do the math. We're in October. If you buy the Agatha Christie book, you're on the train for November. If you buy the November book, you're on the train for Hellbound Heart. And wow. Sell the Agatha Christie, sell I think the next book they think is Lamb. I don't know. Sell that one. And you're golden. You've made it all the way to Clive Barker, Hellbound Heart. Just got it. Keelan Patrick Burke. Congrats. I'll ring a bell. I'll ring a bell. Might as well. I don't get enough use out of that. And on that note, this mortal coil is going to bed. All right. Well, good night. I'm going to go to bed too. I'm going to let you guys, the rest of you folks, off the hook. I will be back next week. I will be slightly more coherent or less coherent, whatever the mood calls for. You got to go with it. But until then, do what Joe Hill recommends and stay frosty.